The world is facing a demographic crisis. Countries will compete for immigrants. The world will face a demographic collapse in the next few decades, scientists suggest. According to new projections, by 2050 more than 3/4 of countries will not have fertility rates high enough to maintain their population size. By the end of the century, almost all countries in the world will suffer this fate. The authors of the study emphasize that this will change the international balance of power and in the future, to save the economy, countries will compete fiercely for immigrants. The authors of the report are scientists from Health Metrics and Evaluation, IHME, at the University of Washington School of Medicine. Based on current trends, demographers predict that within about 25 years, 3/4 of countries, 155 out of 204, will have birth rates too low to support generation replacement. In other words, their population will decrease. By the end of the century, this problem will affect almost all countries in the world, 198 out of 204. The new forecasts were published in The Lancet. Scientists estimate that the global fertility rate, which measures the average number of children born to a woman during her lifetime, will decline significantly over the next few decades. Overall, a fertility rate of 2.1 children per woman is required to ensure long-term generational renewal. A worldwide decline in fertility rates has been observed since around 1950. This trend began in Western, high-income countries and, as scientists pointed out in the publication, it is related to free access to contraception and women's education and related changes. Currently, in more than half of the world's countries this rate is below 2.1 children per woman. In their research, scientists used innovative methods to predict mortality, birth rate and fertility and key factors influencing it, such as women's level of education, access to contraception and child mortality. They predict that by 2050 the global fertility rate will be 1.8 and by 2100 1.6. According to forecasts, only 6 countries will have a fertility rate of 2.1 in 2100. These are Chad, Niger, Samoa, Somalia, Tajikistan and Tonga. Estimates also indicate that the fertility rate will fall below 1 child per woman by 2100 in 13 countries, including Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal and Saudi Arabia. But fertility declines will not be even. The world will be divided. In high-income countries, the crisis will be pronounced, while in many low-income countries, mainly in Western and Eastern Sub-Saharan Africa, there will be a sharp increase in fertility rates, meaning that most of the world's children will be born in the poorest parts of the world. In 2021, 29% of the world's babies were born in Sub-Saharan Africa, but this is expected to rise to over 54% by 2100. We are facing staggering social changes. The world will simultaneously struggle with a population boom in some countries and a decline in others, said Professor Stein-Emil Bolset from IHME, co-author of the publication. as much of the world faces major challenges in how to sustain economic growth with a shrinking workforce and how to care for an aging population. Many of the most resource-constrained countries will need to support young, rapidly growing populations in politically unstable, economically and climatic conditions. He added, "Scientists are calling on us to start planning for the future now. They believe that falling fertility rates will reduce population size in 76% of countries, unless this is offset by migration or policies that provide greater support for parents. There is no silver bullet," explained co-author of the publication, Dr. Natalia V. Bhattacharjee from IHME. Social policies to improve birth rates, such as longer parental leave, free childcare, financial incentives and additional working rights, may provide a small increase in fertility rates, but most countries will remain below replacement level. And as the population of almost every country shrinks, it will become necessary to rely on open immigration to sustain economic growth. Sub-Saharan African countries have an important resource that aging societies are losing: a young population, she added. The authors emphasize that governments must respond. The upcoming crisis poses a threat to the global economy, food security, health, environment and geopolitical security. Projected demographic changes will change our lifestyle. Changes in fertility and birth rates will completely change the configuration of the world economy and the international balance of power and will require the reorganization of societies, admitted Bhattacharjee, adding that in the future, to save the economy, countries will fight for migrants. Global challenges will become more apparent as there is fierce competition for migrants to sustain economic growth, she added.